Beautiful morning. Sun's shining. It's a little bit nippy. I have to say it's not quite as warm as it was last week. But look at this. Just arrived, not a soul about. Everything looking really calm. As you approach Joseph and Malone, there's always that wonder, what's it been like? What kind of a night have they had? Good morning, boys. How are you? Oh, okay. Now look, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. You've been good boys. Going out. Come on then. Out you go. Don't just look at me. That's it. Good boys. Good boys. Well, good morning from the beginning of week 2 of isolation. I was thinking about it this morning, and that old film Groundhog Day, how every day is just the same. But actually in the film, Bill Murray used his time to learn all sorts of different skills and become a concert pianist and things like that. I was chatting to a friend of mine over the weekend who said that he's already a good guitarist, but he's now learning jazz guitar. And I might even try and learn another chord on my ukulele. I've got enough few months, might be able to do that. So how about let's all try and do something positive. I'm encouraged because I've had so many good feedback comments from the videos that I've been sending out. People who are feeling really quite lonely and isolated have been responding and saying this is making them feel in touch, and when they do come back to the farm they won't be so anxious about it because they've still got that familiarity. And things like that are just so encouraging and really make this worthwhile. I've had other people who are just saying, I didn't realise there were so many bits to the farm, and I'm looking forward to exploring more when I get a chance to come down. And wow, hasn't the sensory garden changed since I last came? So there's lots and lots of positive things. I know it's hard being stuck somewhere, not being able to get out, and I'm lucky because I can get out here into this lovely countryside. As you can see, there's no one else around me, so this is social distancing. And that's all we can do really, is to do our best to keep on going, and hopefully by these little videos then there might be some encouragement for all of us, and we can get through this together. This one's been christened Henny Penny because she just follows you around all the time for food. She walks up and down. Steve was regularly just throwing worms over for her, so every time she sees him she walks up and down the fence. Derek holding court over everybody else. This is the view that I mentioned in a post the other day, only this time I'm using a camera with a zoom, so I thought I could show you. I really like standing on top of this little hill. There aren't many hills in Suffolk, but this is a nice little one, and it just gives you a chance to sort of look over. There's the new polytunnel, and there's where the donkeys graze. We used to grow hay on this field, but it's really quite poor quality, so we don't bother anymore. We just use it for grazing. A lot of bird life on the water this morning. No kingfisher yet though. over the bridge. Bridge of sighs. Sorry about that. This is just lovely. A lot of people don't come down this part of the farm, and yet it's beautiful, isn't it? Look, you've got this nice stream running through, very, very tranquil. 100 yards from Tesco's, and yet this is just in the middle of the countryside. So we planted these trees last year. I think there's about 300 trees in here. This used to be an orchard 100 years ago, and there's still a couple of trees in the middle here that do give out really nice ancient pears. They're tiny, plums, sorry. Absolutely delicious, very sweet, quite small, and we get an abundance of them. It's kind of got left to became nothing really. When we took it over, this was so full of brambles, it took us, well, I didn't think we were ever going to tackle it, but we did. It was like that, actually. It was like brambles all the way along, like that, the whole space. But we've cleared it, put in a pathway through the middle, planted all these trees, and hopefully one day this is just going to be a really nice walkway through another little area of the farm where you can just come and lose yourself. That's a bird box. There is a number, I think there's about 10 around the place, just hidden away in the woods, put together by my good friend Gaius, and he used to come down here just about every week and spend time looking at our beautiful pond, our reservoir, and keeping a record of all the bird life. This path was completely impassable when we first got here. We did a lot of clearing, and then you can see there's some steps coming up. This is called Sooty Bank, this area, and basically it's an area where the soil on the bank is really black, and we thought it was amazingly good topsoil. It turns out that it's not. For many, many years, the local chimney sweep dumped a lot of his soot here, and so it's black because of the soot. You can see the steps have actually been discoloured. These steps were put in a couple of years back by the Prince's Trust, who did a wonderful job, and we've subsequently extended the walk down this part with the amazing help of 3 teams from McDonald's in Pakefield, and we are so grateful to them. In fact, we call this the McDonald's path. It's looking slightly overgrown now, so we do need to, oh look, a couple of mallards just joined us. How lovely is that? We get to a bit of a clearing where we would like to put another bird hide at some point. Maybe not this year now with all what's going on, but it does make it lovely. You'll see in a minute the view just opens out, and you get a great view of the water and the wildlife that's out there. I guess that's where these little guys are going. Are they going on the water, or are they just going to carry on going? No, they're carrying on going. Okay, I'm going to stop here and show you this view. Just look at this. Look at this. We're in the middle of the Lowestoft. You wouldn't believe it, would you? We're pretty sure that Mrs. Swan is making a nest over there. We had cygnets about 3 years ago, but nothing since. And there's Mr. Swan. One small step for man, one giant leap for a duck.